And we are back. Pokemon Infinite Fusion, Hardcore Nuzlocke, the run continues. We have beaten our rival and we are making our way to Victory Road. So let's grab a couple more fusions along the way and let's see if we can redeem ourselves in this third and hopefully final attempt. Alrighty, we made it through Victory Road and we didn't find any other fusion that really got us in contention for that final Elite Four gauntlet. So we're going to end up with the Clinkdactyl, the Genmime, the Arcanine, the Champ, Joltback, and King Lotion. I feel like this team is a lot more aggressive and it complements itself much better than our first Elite Four team where we wiped to Bruno. So we did leave our Snorlax on the table, the amazing normal ghost Pokemon, but he's just really slow. And if he gets hit with a status or any damage before, it's really hard to swap into him as well, given how unpredictable these fusions are and their moveset. So let's just go hard with this team. This is the third attempt. I believe we can do it. Alrighty, one final look at the team and the movesets here. Arcanine is going to be our main sweeper. Genmime for that utility. Champ, a really nice bruiser in the back. But Lorelei with her Ice-type fusions, do we have what it takes to beat her without losing anybody? We need all 6 going in against Bruno, and honestly, all 6 would be glorious all the way to the end. So Magong comes down, that fire-water typing, or fire-ice, I should say, given Lorelei's Pokemon. The Bubble Beam comes down. It is neutral because of our fire typing, so we tank that up close. No problem there, but we just want the sweep. We are going all in with the Swords Dance. We don't even try to cheese anything as the Flamethrower comes down. Thankfully, the leftovers for a little bit of reprieve. We also have Synthesis to heal us all the way back, almost up to full. Another Flamethrower comes down, and we are flirting with that burn. However, we are the fire type, so I don't think we can get burned. So there it is. The Flame Body comes down, and we do not pay the price. So Arcanine completely flexing on Lorelei's first Pokemon. +4 attack is absolutely glorious. The Mambro comes down. Now, I did have the typings written off to the side while we are doing this, so we were in a much better space than the first time where I was going in completely blind. So I think we're fine here as we drop back with the neutral Leaf Blade doing massive damage. It is stab and it is enough to take down the Mamba Bro. Tentastar comes down. Poison, water, potentially poison, ice. I'm just kidding. It is the water ice, the same typing as the Lapras, and it falls to a Leaf Blade. Speaking of Lapras, the Weirus comes down. Lorelei is the ace, looking fantastic. Dark ice. We have a +4 attack. Will it be enough to take down the ace? And it absolutely is. We don't even need the critical. Beautiful stuff. Arcanine is taking everything into his own paws. The Gingrowth comes down, potentially Psychic Ice. Psychic Ice is probably the typing here as we get a huge extreme speed. Gingrowth floating in the red, no problem there. We can get another Sword Stance down as the full restore comes in return. Gingrowth holding on with no HP. It's full health, but now we have a +6 extreme speed, and Gingrowth cannot hold on. Lorelei is defeated, and we are on our way. All right, Lorelei went down without any issues. We are doing really good. We have clawed our way all the way back to where we lost in the second attempt, and it's time for redemption against Bruno as the Mavire comes down. We lead with the King Lotion getting a nice Earthquake with the Gem Boost, but it's not enough to take down the Machamp Amalgamation. On top of that, we get paralyzed in return, and this is absolutely atrocious. Not a great start here, but we're going to pivot. We're going to try to clean this up. We're on the back foot. Malvire is probably going to get the full restore in response here. There it is. Beautiful stuff. So we do get the Intimidate down, which is absolutely huge. So Arcanine really flexing with that. However, Cross Chop has a super high critical hit chance, so that is a little bit tipsy. But if that's the best damage Mavire can do, we're just going to have to deal with it. Discharge comes down. Thankfully, no paralysis, and we are absolutely flirting with this right now, but we are walking the type where the focus energy comes down, wanting to get a little bit more crazy with those crits. The Swords Dance comes in, but it opts in for another Discharge, wondering why. Maybe the Cross Chop mischance is too much for Bruno to take, and it doesn't matter as we fade away with the Leaf Blade. The Marochin comes down, probably ground fighting, and we drop back with another super effective Leaf Blade. Beautiful stuff. Champ comes in here. Steelix and Machamp, a very aggressive and intimidating fusion, looking fantastic. We hold on in the red, or I should say Champ holds on in the red as the Sandstorm comes down. It's probably going to get another full restore here. We can Synthesis to heal up, or we can just Sword Stance for some extra damage. Now, Champ doesn't get the full restore. We could be playing with that critical, so we are good. Healing all the way back after full. The Sandstorm is still chipping away, and we can drop back with another Leaf Blade as we have a high crit chance of our own. It's not very effective, but we do just fine. Probably Steel Fighting is the typing there, so we get another Synthesis. We just have to watch out for that Scizor and Heracross combination, because if we are in a bad spot when it comes down, we are in so much trouble because it's going to Swords Dance just like it did last time, and we are going to die. So we are just continuing to heal up here. We only have one Synthesis left to our name, and again, that's probably what we're thinking about here, because if Heracross is Steel Fighting, which we know he is now, then we cannot hit him for super effective. However, we probably can outspeed and 2-tap with the Leaf Blade, even though it's not very effective, just like we did with the Steed Champ here. So we fade away with the Leaf Blade. We are level 59. We have a very nice speed stat. We should outspeed this piece of garbage. We drop back with the Leaf Blade. It doesn't kill. There is the Sword Stance, but we are faster, so let's just come in, fade away with the extreme speed, the absolute disrespect, and get that bug off of the screen. The Dignix comes down, does have sturdy, but we have overcome everything we've needed to. We tank the Iron Tail up close and personal. We drop back with an extreme speed, and Bruno is defeated, and redemption is seized. I am just so excited and so relieved that Bruno is behind us now, and this means we get some new fusions to see and new fusions to beat here as the Mismabat comes down. We got to take on Agatha and her Ghost-type fusions. We get King Lotion in there with the Lumberry to break out of the confusion. On top of that, we get the Yawn off, so this plan is going much better than last time, and I don't think we're going to use Archiphion here because a lot of these Ghost types might have a Poison type to hit us for super effective. On top of that, we can't really hit them with our grass type, so we are just going straight in on the Clink Dactyl here, basically the new and improved Skarmory with the steel flying, and we have access to shift gear, which is just disgusting. So we're gonna get bonus attack and bonus speed here. We get our own Dragon Dance essentially, and Clink Dactyl draws back with the super effective crunch. This is amazing. The Gendoom comes down super fast, super scary as it's Houndoom and Gengar fused together. If it does have Levitate, we got to watch out for that. So we drop back with the crunch, and it is super effective, and it is enough to take down Agatha's scary Pokemon. Umpter comes down. We're talking Umbria. And the Haunter here looking really cool. Anything fused with, honestly, with Haunter or Umbreon looks fantastic. So to have both of them here is just amazing. But I don't think it's going to be enough as we drop back with the Fly. We don't use Crunch just in case that Dark typing holds us at bay. As the Snorgar comes down, I'm pretty confident that is the normal Ghost type, and it is gone and forgotten. The Wobgar comes down. I believe that's Gengar and Wobbuffet looking chunky and looking dead as Agatha is defeated. Clink Dactyl gets in there for the sweep. All right, this is going fantastic. We just got to watch out for any silly business. We have 6 Pokemon going into Lance and his Dragon-type fusions. We can't get careless. We have to play this smart. We've got to ride this momentum, and we send out Genmime to get that utility set up with the Light Screen. The Thunder Wave comes down. The Dragados is here. We're talking Gyarados and Dragonair looking very cool, looking like the Mushu Dragon from Mulan here. The Rain Dance comes down. King Lotion getting in there for that Yawn, set up the Hydro Pump in the rain, doing good damage, but our water typing really keeping us safe there. And we're actually going to swap into Age of Champ, get our Steel fighting in there. The Outrage comes down. We do buff it a little bit with that Steel not being effective, but that is still a good chunk of damage as we go for that Automatize, getting our speed up there. The Light Screen fades, and if Outrage is special, which I think it is physical in this gen, but we're going to bulk up anyway and see what happens here. The rain stops, thankfully, but what does Dragados do? It goes for another Rain Dance. Okay, we got to watch out for any critical hits, of course, but we have a +2 speed, and now we are +1 attack with +1 defense, so we're looking really good. On top of that, we have Dual Chop, which hits Dragon types for super effective, as you can see there, but it's still not enough to take down the Dragados, and the Hydro Pump does so much damage. And I do believe we have a Lumberry, not a Leftovers on the Age of Champ, so it's going to make sweeping a little bit harder as we can't get that reprieve every single turn. However, the Dual Chop does massive damage, and the Dragados goes down. Let's see how many dragons Age of Champ can slay, and there's the Togenite, which is Fairy typing, so our Dual Chop doesn't even affect. And on top of that, Dynamic Punch is not very effective, so we have set up for nothing here. The miscalculation is ridiculous as this Dragonite Togekiss is smiling and is ready to chomp down on the Age of Champ. We drop back anybody with the Dynamic Punch. We get a confusion. However, the Moonblast comes down. It's neutral because of the Steel typing, but we lose our first Pokemon. I think that was the best course of action because swapping in to that Dragonite fusion is super terrifying. Genmime's already paralyzed, so I think taking the damage, getting the confusion down is going to open the door for maybe setting up with a second Pokemon in Archiphion or even the Clink Dactyl. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to get the King Lotion in there. We're going to really try to hold on to that confusion that, yes, that the Machamp was able to set up before going down. Chips attached to the Aegislash. We get the Yawn off, and now we can potentially set up with the Clink Dactyl and clean up shop. We can ace the rest of the team right here, right now, as the confusion pays dividends into the sleep turn. Togenite getting absolutely wrecked by the Aegislash. The Steel Knight goes down, but with his death, he paves the way for Clink Dactyl to get multiple shift gears in here. Our speed is through the roof. Our attack is through the roof. And now I do believe we have what it takes. We can go for a third shift gear, completely max out speed and +3 attack, which is absolutely monumental. The air slash does come down. It doesn't do too much damage. And guess what? We have the leftovers on our flying machine here. Absolutely. And we get greedy for a 4th shift gear. We get absolutely greedy, calling out the Togonite, saying, you can't touch us. So watch me go as we fly into the sky, dodging the air slash, getting a little bit back with the leftovers, and we take down the Togonite. And now we are in such a good space. We can take down the rest of his team. We shouldn't have to worry about too much other than maybe a fire type move, because we do have that steel typing, making us very weak to it. As we do dodge the first one, the fly comes down, takes down the Typhnair, the Typhlosion, and the Dragonair. Only 2 Pokemon left. The Tyrandactyl comes down. The Aerodactyl and Tyranitar looking intimidating as Crackerjacks, as the Dragon Rush comes in, doesn't do too much damage as the steel type gets rid of that dragon typing damage. Beautiful stuff. We drop back with a crunch and take down the flying monster. That leaves the Poryhedra. No problem here. Probably a normal dragon type, and we go up into the sky with that Sapphire. The Tri-Attack comes down. We dodge that, no problem. We drop back with another fly and do massive damage. And Lance is holding on. He is barely holding on. We upgrade to level 60. Does he have one more Pokemon, or was that it? That was it. Lance is not holding on. Lance loses. We drop 1 Pokemon, but that's going to be a 5v6 going into the final round. With the Elite Four behind us, it only leaves our rival here, the champion, with his 6 fusions. Let's see if we have what it takes. Let's do it. The Nuzlocke comes down for the last time. The Poison flying in the sky. We drop back with King Lotion. Once again, getting that Yawn off. A beautiful utility Pokemon, because he can also get in there himself if he needs to. But the Yawn coming in handy as we get the nice setup. The Clinkdactyl comes down, and a second Swords Dance on our rival side. So +4 for the Poison flying type here. We get a nice shift gear, getting our own unique mechanical Dragon Dance, if you will, in response. And the wake up is a bit scary here, so we got to watch out for that as we get 2 shift gears down, and we are toe-to-toe, 2 birds flying in the sky. The wing attack comes down, but our fly is a fadeaway crit and takes down the first Pokemon. The right mortar comes down. The Rhyperior and Magmortar, we drop back with an Earthquake, and it's not enough given that physical defense. The Fire Blast comes down. We hold on with 29 HP. The leftovers brings us up to 39. The right mortar is here, and he is angry. Absolutely. We can cheese the shift gear. We look at the right mortar, and we say, I don't care. I know your rival is going to give you the full restore, so we cheese the shift gear, and now we absolutely have what it takes to drop back with an Earthquake. On top of that, we get rewarded with another leftovers, a completely risky play there as the Electados comes down. It is electric water, super fast, super scary, but we have 3 shift gears and nobody can touch this flying machine. Absolutely calm Da Vinci. We are doing this. The Starkazam comes down, a busted speed stat, but Crunch is super effective, and it is enough to take down the 4th Pokemon, Clinkdactyl. As the Blastoise comes down, our rival's ace, we fly high. It's level 64. We dodge the Hydro Pump in the sky, but the Withdraw comes down into the Tortar, the Taurus and Executor combination here. The Intimidate holding us back a little bit, but 2 shift gears is still massive on our side of things. We drop back with a Crunch, and it is super effective, and it's definitely enough to take down the 5th Pokemon. So our rival's going to send out his ace, his pride. The Blastoise comes back down, a monstrous water grass type. We dodge another Hydro Pump in the sky, come in with a super effective fly, and it is enough to take down our rival. The 3rd attempt is gonna be the last one. We finally do it. We finally complete a run. We do it with the Infinite Fusion Hardcore Nuzlocke. This was a straight up run. This wasn't a randomizer or anything crazy, but I am so glad we were able to do it. And in the future, we will have to randomize and see what kind of shenanigans we run into with that. But as far as this video goes, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.